Hey guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my migraines. My migraines started actually when I was pregnant with Austin. So he is going to be 18 this year. So I've had migraines for over 18 years. His entire pregnancy, I took Tylenol with codeine. Probably not the best idea, but back then they said it was safe and I trusted my doctor because, hey, he wore a white coat. Therefore, he knows everything, right? I didn't question anything. I was barely 20 and I trusted that he knew what he was talking about. So I rolled with it. No go, guys. I don't know that there is anything wrong with Austin. However, I'm now allergic to codeine. I have gone from Tylenol with codeine. I've tried multiple seizure meds. I've tried in emergencies. I would actually go into the emergency room and I would do morphine with phenergrin. They would do the shot, and then I would go home and try to get it under control, basically pass out, and then try to recover the next day. I've taken, I can't tell you how much ibuprofen, Tylenol. I've had an ulcer in the meantime because I was taking so much ibuprofen, a bleeding ulcer at certain points. So lots of medications. Every time they had a medication, I was taking it. Seizure meds. Some things would work and then I would gain a resilience to it. I exhausted all the medication routes, and in fact I was using narcotics at some point. Terrified I was going to become addicted. Because of the list of medications, when you do Botox, they ask that you have a certain amount of medications on the list that you've tried over the years, and I definitely qualified. I did use the Botox injections that a lot of people talk about. It ended up being 42 injections around my head, all the way around in the back, of course all the way around, complete crown. Of course it did great things for my skin. However, the downfall of using the Botox is after insurance picked up the costs, it ended up being over $600 out of pocket that we would have to come up with every 3 months. And so that got costly. After we had exhausted our flexible spending, that wasn't our flexible spending account. That actually was no longer, that was not a solution for us, for me to do that. And so then I was going back to narcotics, and then I got to the point where I needed to switch gears. I read a lot about finding your trigger for migraines, possibly switching gears and watching what I ate. And so I went gluten-free for a little while, changed my diet, and I stayed away from things that I found to be my triggers, which were beef, pork, chocolate, being tired, high stress. The weather would give me a migraine. Some of the other things that I had done to make my time, I was going to say the solutions, I'd gone to masseuse. I'd go in every couple weeks for massage. I did physical therapy there for a little while. Yeah, there's a lot of just different things I had done over the years that seemed to, they start to work and then they wouldn't. One of the worst migraines I think I've ever had was when I was pregnant with one of the kids. I learned a trick that if you'd get in the tub and submerge your head, except for this part of your face, my nose and mouth would be the only thing out of the water, it would take the pressure off of my head. And I would take whatever medication, and then I would get in the tub and bury my head in the water to relieve some of that pressure off of my head. I would get to where the light sensitivity, I could see flashes of light, things like that. The light definitely is a trigger when I have a headache or when I have a migraine. I can feel when that migraine is coming on. If I don't catch it in time, it can get out of hand. I have black shades for my room, and when it gets really bad, yeah, I have thrown up. They don't always start out into a migraine. They could be literally just a tension headache at first. They can be something where it's, I don't know, I slept wrong. Some people say, oh, I have really bad migraines, and they say that they have 1 or 2 a month. I wish I had 1 or 2 a month. It is not uncommon for me to have 3 to 4, sometimes 5 migraines a week. Of course, I try to catch them as soon as I can. I've done a little bit of research. The last couple months, I've definitely documented what side of my head I'm getting my migraines on the most. And it has been my left side consecutively for the month. There might have been some that start on the right side, but they definitely migrate to the left. I looked into the Daith piercing. I've heard a lot about it. I don't know that I was really excited about doing that, but I'm kind of exhausted all my efforts. I've had MRIs and CAT scans and all this other stuff, and every time they look over my information, it all comes back to, sorry, we see everything is normal. We don't know what's going on. The probably out of control things I've done for my migraines. I had a few different surgeries thinking that it would help. I had thoracic outlet syndrome. If you don't know what it is, research it. Thoracic outlet. That is something that I thought would help my migraines, because at that time a lot of the tension was going on with my neck. It was always that side. So I thought maybe that would help. It did help for a minute, and then they were back. My family has a history of migraines anyways, and I figured, you know, that I know with certain family members, they went ahead and had a hysterectomy and their migraines went away. And so my theory was maybe it was hormonal, you know. And so, of course, I had a hysterectomy, hoping that would help. It didn't. It wasn't hormone related, or if it was, the hormones were still not under control. So I know that I've had other issues where I think that I've got this all squared away and we have a game plan. Come to find out that it doesn't work like that. I reached out and was researching the Daith piercing. Jake had some nurses that he works with that they did it. They're saying a lot of positive things about it. My sister-in-law, she had it and saying a lot of good things about it. The only way I'm gonna know is if I do it, right? So a couple of days ago, I had the Daith piercing, and here's the video. We're here. I'm gonna get a hole in my ear right here, you guys. Right here. So, you guys met my cousin Kaya. She's gonna record. Are you okay to record?
Yeah,
right.
I haven't been drinking yet, so we're good.
Forget the background noise, guys. This comes with the atmosphere.
No, just your personal preference.
I think
Why?
the bars are more comfortable when they're first new.
Really?
I think so, but that's just my opinion.
Bar it up. Yeah. Listen to the one with the piercings in her face.
I just feel like it helps it lay a little more flat, like when you're sleeping and stuff, while it swells and things like that. But.
Okay, so I'm just gonna clean it. It's a bucket clamp, so the needle can't go through and give you a twofer, basically.
Okay.
Not all piercers use clamps. If it's clampable, I clamp it. So,
Okay.
the clamp hurts a little bit. Some people say the clamp hurts worse than the piercing itself. But
Okay.
I'll clamp it. I'll tell you to take a deep breath in, and then I'll tell you to exhale. When you're exhaling is when I'm sticking the needle through, so there's no surprises, okay? Ready?
No. Wait, hold on.
Stop it.
Here's.
Okay, you went through this with your belly button, dude, and you lived.
I know I live. I know I live. It's not a matter of dying. It's just a matter of that intense, really fast.
But don't think about it. You're overthinking it.
You really are.
Patience.
I know. That's why you're so. Wait.
Just
Oh gosh, my nerves.
Look
What? No, wait.
out of the corner of your eye, look at me. Okay, it's like getting a shot.
Deep breath in.
Don't it?
Deep breath in for me. Blow out.
Ah! Oh, what?
You out of here? See ya.
Hey, Kaya.
She was very gentle with
That's
that.
why I'm not gonna get one. Kidney stones are worse. Kidney stones are worse. Kidney stones are worse.
Oh, I'm
Doing okay?
lightheaded. No.
Are you lightheaded?
Yeah.
And move your purse and just sit back for me, please.
Hey, Ty. I bet getting run over by your own car hurt worse than that.
Actually, no. It didn't. That was faster.
Sit back for me. Sit back.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. Breathe.
So now you're just following through with the needle, right?
Okay, the jewelry's in, so now I just need to put the bowl on.
Ooh. It looks cool as hell.
Does it?
Yeah. I like
Not gonna
it.
lie, that hurt. Did it. I lived. I lived. I didn't die. I don't know that the Daith piercing is for everyone. However, I would say that if you are desperate and you're willing to go to any extent to try to get rid of these things, I would tell you this. When I walked in there, I did have a headache. I didn't have a migraine, I had a headache. When I walked out, it was gone, but my ear hurt. So I don't know if the pain just dispersed, I'm not sure. The next day I didn't wake up with a headache. However, yesterday evening, so let's see, today is a Wednesday. I had this done Sunday. So yesterday, Tuesday evening, I went to bed with a small headache on the right side of my head. I've been anticipating those signs of a migraine. I'm terrified this won't work. And so that headache last night was a little nerve-wracking, so I did go to bed. I woke up this morning with a headache. Not a migraine, not a full-blown migraine, but I had a headache. It was on my left side where I had the Daith piercing. I don't know if the pain in my ear is creating some kind of issue there. I let that pass through the day and my headache went away without taking anything. So we will see what happens. I haven't had a headache the rest of today, so maybe it is just the pain in my ear that is creating a little achiness. I'm not sure, but hopefully this will work. The idea is maybe Jake had said, well, I guess you probably ought to do your right side. Did you guys see that? That was no fun. I don't know if I want to do the right side. I guess if I get the migraines bad enough, like I'm throwing up and stuff, maybe. But these migraines that I'm getting or have had a history of, they're debilitating. So any of you out there that have migraines and that this is not, that you've gone all the routes too, that you've tried everything, maybe you could try this. For those that want to see what it is now, I don't know if you can see this. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, this is 3 days after, and the cleaning things that I'm doing is using the saline solution like I had shown. So here's the care of taking care of having a Daith piercing. Number 1, do not touch or rotate jewelry during the healing process or period. Number 2, do not remove during the healing period. Number 3, clean 3 times per day with saline and a Q-tip. Rinse any soap that gets on the piercing thoroughly. Number 4, do not submerge in water, including baths, pools, hot tubs, lakes, rivers, etc. Number 5, avoiding contact between piercings and another person's bodily fluids for at least 6 months. Not sure what that means, but okay. Number 6, check tightness while cleaning to prevent accidental ingestion or embedded of jewelry, certain jewelry if appropriate. Signs of infection will be a redness around the area and or yellow discharge. If you have either of those things going on, contact your physician and go in. Do not wait around until it gets nasty. Just go to your doctor. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope the information I've given you has given you some information about migraines, at least if you're struggling with them. Know that other people struggle too. And if you want to do the Daith piercing, I recommend it so far. Look in your area. Do some homework on people that do the piercings that are trained. Don't just have somebody random do it. Make sure that they've done a few, that they know what they're doing. And definitely make sure that it's a reputable place and that they use sterile cleaning and things like that. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.